Hi everyone, this is Dave from the Effective Writing Center. Thanks for stopping by for this short lesson on the apostrophe. Let's begin by reviewing the three main uses of the apostrophe. Of course, you're familiar with the first use, to show possession with an apostrophe S, as in the tree's roots. But an apostrophe S is also used in expressions of time, like a hard day's night, and measurement, like a nickel's worth of candy. Another use of the apostrophe is to make indefinite pronouns possessive, as in phrases like somebody's book or everybody's problem. The third major use of the apostrophe is to show the omission of letters and numbers in contractions. You're familiar with contractions like can't for cannot, as in James can't find his car. But there are also common contractions like it's for it is, as in it's time to go. But don't forget that numbers can be omitted too, like the class of '89 for 1989. Now that you have the basics, let's take a look at some of the special tips and tricks that will turn you into an apostrophe professional. The first one is just one S. Put another way, if the word you're adding an apostrophe to already has an S, don't add another one. Just tack on the apostrophe at the end. Here's an example. Both of the car's drivers were reckless. Notice that the word cars is plural because the sentence refers to both cars. So, to make the word cars possessive, as in the car's drivers, all we add is the apostrophe. No additional S is required. Our second special tip is the its confusion. The misuse of the apostrophe in this pair is the most common error in writing, and is usually caused by not proofreading carefully or not remembering that personal pronouns never use an apostrophe. So, the it's without an apostrophe is possessive, as in the dog wagged its tail. But the it's with the apostrophe is a contraction, as in it's never too late. The same confusion is also common in pairs like there and your and your. Now for our third trick, 2 for 1. This refers to a pair acting together, or in the language of tax returns, jointly. For example, Michael and Mary's home. This couple owns the home together, jointly. So, only one apostrophe is needed for the pair. But consider this example, Michael's and Mary's grades. Now, unless something illegal is going on, this statement refers to two different sets of grades, the grades of Michael and the grades of Mary. Another example makes this clear. Larry and Sandra's new car. Larry and Sandra are a cute couple who together bought a new family car. They thus own it jointly, and thus only one apostrophe S. But when car becomes cars, we have two new owners, both Larry's and Sandra's new cars, two cars and two apostrophe S's. Our last tip is women and children first, which simply means that because plural nouns like women and children do not end in S, you must add both the apostrophe and an S to make them possessive. Now, if you'd like to take a short review quiz on the apostrophe, just click the quiz button below. Okay, let's do a quick review of these basic principles and apply some of our apostrophe tips and tricks. Look at these two statements about James. Now select the one that uses the apostrophe correctly. Perfect. You put the apostrophe after the S on James and applied the just one S trick. Since James already ended with an S, to make it possessive, all you needed was an apostrophe after that pre-existing S. Okay, let's try this one. Select the statement that uses an apostrophe correctly. Excellent. You are correct. The apostrophe goes with the contraction "it's easy," as in it is easy. Good job on recognizing that a personal pronoun like its does not need an apostrophe. Okay, ready for another one? Select the statement about restrooms that correctly uses the apostrophe. No, I'm sorry. You must add an apostrophe S after men. This is the women and children first trick. Although a noun may be plural, if it doesn't end in S, you must add both an apostrophe and an S after it. Want to try another one? Here's an interesting pair. Which one uses the apostrophe correctly? You got it. Somebody's is a contraction, so there is an apostrophe before the S. Okay, let's try this one about a manager and an employee. Which statement uses the apostrophe correctly? Well, not quite. This is the 2-for-1 rule. Because the manager and the employee worked jointly to come to an agreement, the two are acting as a pair. So only the last word in the pair receives the apostrophe S. Here's a question for you about cars. Which of the questions uses an apostrophe correctly? You got it. WHO apostrophe S is the contraction for who is. The correct word for this sentence is whose, W-H-O-S-E. Good job. This next one is a family question. Which statement uses an apostrophe correctly? Sorry, this is a common mistake. The Jones family is a simple phrase like the Smith family. Neither one requires an apostrophe. Putting an apostrophe after Jones, as you see on so many mailboxes, is actually incorrect. Okay, let's do a quick review of these basic principles and apply some of our apostrophe tips and tricks. Look at these two statements about James. Now select the one that uses the apostrophe.